Good morning, Malta and Goza, and welcome to another episode of Lovin Daily brought to you by Browns and You. Hi, Paula, how's it going? Happy Friday.
Bonġu l-kulħadd, jidher li ħajkun aqra mal-temp dal-weekend minix eċitata daqs is-soltu, missa naraw.
So let's just start with the headlines of today. So first of all, contraceptives should become essential and prescription-free medicines, according to the junior minister Rosiane Kutayar. A fourth harbour cruise ship has been contracted by the government to take on some migrants offshore again. Robert Abela, Prime Minister, returned from an unannounced visit to Libya yesterday. There's been an outpouring of support for that TikTok policewoman, and Air Malta starting compulsory masks as from June. A lot of other things to discuss as well, so let's get right to it. Paula, contraceptives, what do you make of that?
Mela, milli jidher l-istorja ta' Lovin Malta ċaqalqet xi ftit l-affarijiet din il-ġimgħa kien irrappurtat kif bil partikolari la xhur out of stock iddiskutejna anke din il-ġimgħa u f'kummenti illi tat il-Parliamentary Secretary Rosiane Kutayar li Lovin Malta marret passolt li Rosiane u qalet illi temmen illi l-pill għandha tkun prescription free u essential medicine. Ovvjament u bdiet id-diskussjoni mela anka professjonisti mediċi fosthom professuri fl-Isptar Mater Dei fejn għalkemm donnu kulħadd qed jaqbel illi l-pill għandha tkun meqjusa bħala mediċina essenzjali u dan ifisser illi għandha tkun aċċessibbli għal kulħadd, għandha tkun in stock dejjem u l-prezz irid ikun ikkontrollat u mhux is-suq privat jispara l-prezz il fuq, mhux l-istess qbil hemm fuq il-fatt li għandha tkun prescription free. Jiena personalment naqbel mal-fatt li iva tkun essenzjali imma ma naħsibx li għandha tkun mingħajr ir-riċetta tat-tabib anke għaliex pills differenti jafu jagħmlu effetti drastiċi fuq il-hormones tal-mara u bekk għandu jkun raġunament edukat meta wieħed jażel pillu mhux oħra x'jibdew x'ma jibdiex. Però proset Lovin Malta jnexxilkom tibdewkom din il-konverzazzjoni fuq skala nazzjonali, Chris.
It's interesting. Rosiane said in France they do it prescription free, so I guess there might be a way of doing it prescription free that is also, the pharmacist will explain what makes sense and what doesn't for the.
In fact, the pharmacist diġà qalu tipo this is a no-go li jkunu prescription.
We'll see, but I think it's an interesting development, and Rosiane made a good point about how the COVID situation has exposed certain inequalities, and here there is another issue that we need to look at. Our second story: the fourth harbour cruise ship has been contracted by the government for migrants that were rescued at sea. So yesterday, another 75 migrants were rescued. That brings it to a total of around 450, spread across 4 harbour cruise boats now, which are offshore in out of Maltese waters. This time it's not a Captain Morgan cruise, it's a Supreme cruise, so it seems to be, these direct orders of at least €3,000 a day seem to be now being spread out a little bit. We had a good analysis, I think, published today about whether this is just an expensive stunt that isn't reaping results, or whether, what should be done about it. In my opinion, there is, this is costing probably much more than it would cost us to bring these migrants to Malta. It is a step ahead of letting migrants drown, so that's a good thing, At this stage, though, maybe if we're going to keep doing this policy, maybe we should contract a better vessel for it, a vessel that has actual sleeping facilities and medical facilities on board. With 450, you've almost got enough for a cruise line now. And I think it should also be combined with some sort of media strategy, because you've got the situation where no one in the world is talking about these boats, this move of Malta. The Prime Minister, the government has yet to give any proper briefing to the press about what its strategy is, if it is a strategy and not just a knee-jerk reaction. It hasn't been any media access. The only thing we've seen are the migrants chanting "Viva Labour," and I don't think that that's going to prompt the EU to help us out in any way. It just seems like everyone's happy, everyone's, everything everything's, the government's happy, the migrants are happy, so, leave us to our own devices. But I think it needs to be done more seriously, What do you make of that, Paula?
Le, jiena naħseb dik kienet idea tajba illi fid-dawl li ma tistax iddaħħalhom għaliex il-port huwa legalment magħluq kemm għal raġunijiet anke kummerċjali jaħseb wara dawl tal-Maltija l-immigranti, il-fatt li qegħdin komdi sa ċertu punt bejn sema u ilma flok jerqu kienet idea tajba. Naqbel miegħek illi mhux qed tiġi irreklamata for a lack of a better word ma l-Ewropa jew mad-dinja għaliex naħseb li kieku jaqbduha channels internazzjonali din hija waħda minn dawk l-istejjer illi tara ta' kuljum update naf jibgħatu drone filmati għaliex hija xi ħaġa li ma naħsibx illi ssir ħafna madwar id-dinja. Anzi pjuttost naħseb hija mod oriġinali immens ta' kif pajjiż bħalna qed ikollu jaffaċċja din is-sitwazzjoni. U nispera illi xi darba dal-isforz jiġi rikonoxxut anke mill-komunità Ewropea u internazzjonali, però jidher illi l-bieraħ għall-inqas mis-sinjali illi ta' il-Gvern bil-żjara tal-Prim Ministru u taż-żewġ Ministri miegħu fil-Libja bħal donnużu pajjiżna qiegħed jaqta' qalbu illi ħanaraw xi għajnuna mill-Ewropa u bekk isna imorru dritt tas-sors il-Libja biex nippruvaw nagħmlu arranġament magħhom. Taħseb li sinjali qed naqtaw qalbna mill-Ewropa, Chris?
Well, I think I have a few things to say about the Prime Minister's visit. First of all, again, I can't understand it. The Prime Minister has been there for 3-4 months, and the relationship with the media is terrible. As in, you make a state visit to Libya, you don't tell the press beforehand, you don't invite the press to go around with you and make more noise about it, and you don't give a press conference afterwards to explain what you wanted to achieve and whether you've achieved it. All you do is you get these photos and videos, which now people are complaining about whether they are, whether social distancing rules were followed, whether the Prime Minister is going to be put in quarantine now, because those are the rules, and why are they being flouted in this way? We don't really know what was the outcome of this meeting, except that they're discussing things like human trafficking and how to stem the flow. But yes, it might also be a message to the EU, which is that if we're going to try and handle it alone. But again, I think, if anything, there should have been some sort of dialogue with other EU countries to try and do a move like that together, But I don't know.
Ma naħsibx li jiena naħseb tajna qalbna mill-pajjiżi Ewropej ħamu xi ħaġa imqar jieħdulna ħamsa minn fuq dak il-bowt u jdaħluhom f'pajjiżhom. Illi jaħseb wara kieku għednilhom ejjew il-Libja magħna biex nagħmlu negozjati. I mean, ħlif summits u monumenti u kummedji ma rajniex, u declarations, ta' kemm iffirmajna karti ma rajniex, però il-verità li xorta għandna flotta dajsa ħdej oħra bl-immigranti kantaw Viva Labour illum 29 ta' Mejju tas-sena 2020.
It will also be interesting to see whether the Prime Minister discussed that inquiry into the migrants that were left to die, and then the rest of the boat was sent back to Libya. We know that the magisterial inquiry has been concluded on that case. We don't know the outcome of it. We don't know if that was discussed in Libya as well, or whether the people who were returned to Libya, whether there was any follow-up on those. Talking about police investigations, yesterday, that famous TikTok policewoman made the news again, in the sense of, there's been an outpouring of support. I think about 5,000 people have now signed a petition to save this woman from disciplinary action from the police force. The police have not really explained what they're going to do about this, except that, they've started some sort of disciplinary proceedings. But, there's been a lot of people online saying we have much bigger fish to fry here. So some people arguing that, the policewoman did nothing wrong. Some people arguing that her rights were actually violated because she didn't even upload this video herself, but it was shared on WhatsApp without her permission. Some people saying that the actual problem here is the way the police attacked those pages that uploaded the video. And also, Adrian Delia saying that the opposition leader saying that the police should be investigating a ton of other much more serious issues over here rather than this police TikTok woman. What do you make of it, Paula?
Jena naħseb illi daw kollha bil-nies ta' rida tajba li din jitħassru lil din il-mara u qegħdin jgħidu sma' x'qed tagħmlu l-aġeb fuqha, qed ikomplu jagħmlu l-aġeb għaliex ma nistax nifhem kif video bħal da harmless, vera naqbel li harmless di meta tagħmel xejn oxxen fil-video, imma kif video bħal da għaddi ġimgħa u għadna qegħdin naġbuha fuqha. Ġifieri ma nistax nifhem. Isu kulħadd tagħmilha fatta li dik kienet ħadd titkeċċa allura bil-petition issa mhux ħadd titkeċċa u jekk hemm proċeduri disciplinarji jekk di għamlet xi ħaġa qas nafu x'inhuma l-proċeduri tal-pulizija x'il-pulizija ma fitħitx ħalqa biex tgħid isma' dan hu l-każ kisret din ir-regola u dan huwa il-punishment le. Għadna ma smajna xejn. Mela s'issa kulħadd qed jgħid tiegħu u minn hekk ġibniha hekk u hekk. Ġifieri nikkalmaw naqra. Jekk kien hemm xi regoli ta' proċedura li ma tistax tieħu video jew tisfen jew tilbes nuċċari tax-xemx, whatever. L-uniformi mela kisret dik ir-regola żgħira u jkun hemm il-penitenza żgħira. Ma naħsibx li di ħadd titkeċċa tal-li tellat video, ma naġbuhiex għax anke min qed jiddefendiha hija ħasret ikompli jġela dik u meta tiftaħ Facebook issib wiċċha. Nikkalmaw naqra jew forsi ma nix biex nedew bħalissa, allura kulħadd jitkellem fuq dil-pulizija. Nselmula minn hawn u jalla kollha weekend tajjeb.
And our last story is about Air Malta. So yesterday the national airline announced that from 1st June it's going to be compulsory to wear a mask on flights. Now the first question becomes, are there any flights? Yes, I think there are still some repatriation flights and special flights still happening, so I guess this applies to them. But also the tourism minister, Giulia Farrugia Portelli, yesterday said, hinted at least that some that flights the airport could reopen from as early as the 15th of June. They're still discussing this. I think a decision will be taken in the coming days. The Times yesterday said that it would be from mid-July. What are you thinking, Paula? When do you want the airports to open?
Le, fimni, meta jkun safe nixtieq jien l-ewwel waħda li tlaqna mill-holiday u ma jkollix għalfejn nisma' fuq COVID u mhux COVID milli jidher il-Libja vera post tajjeb għax donnu l-COVID ma waslitx hemm għax mirriflettu l-videos li rajna l-bieraħ daw kulħadd xil business as usual. Fimni, jiena kont xettika mill-bidu illi nibdew niftħu malajr, però nisxettiċi bħal were proven wrong għaliex issa l-każijiet huma baxxi ma rajniex esplużjoni ta' każijiet. Trial and error kif ġbajna ngħidu sa jalla l-Air Malta tilkupra u naraw ir-rotot is-semma fejn jekk nistgħu imorru kull imkien jew jekk hux ħajkollna lista limitata ta' postijiet fejn nistgħu nżuru u anke x'lobbying ser ikun għaddej bejn pajjiż u ieħor. Chris, naħseb sakemm qed nagħmlu l-programm ħarġu żewġ aħbarijiet importanti, it-tmien vittma tal-coronavirus f'Malta fil-fatt raġel ta' 56 sena, 56, tilef ħajtu bil-coronavirus, jidher li dan ir-raġel kien f'Mater Dei qed jieħu l-kura għal xi mart ieħor illi kellu u rriżulta pożittiv għal COVID fis-16 ta' Mejju, kien ikkonfermat pożittiv fi-17 ta' Mejju u sfortunatament ħallina tulilej kondoljanzi l-familja tiegħu m'għandix dettalji tal-isem. Tixxokkja lin-nies xi ħadd ta' 56 sena jitlef ħajtu, then again ma nieħdux din il-marda lightly. U xaġa oħra interessanti forsi qabel nagħlqu jidher illi l-imħallef Lawrence Mintoff iddeċida fuq il-każ famuż Jürgen Fenek qed jgħid illi l-fatt li nagħlqu l-qrati kien hemm breach ta' drittijiet umani tiegħu, jidher l-imħallef qabel miegħu u sab illi l-fatt li waqqaf fil-komparazzjoni tiegħu kienet xi ħaġa li kisret id-drittijiet tiegħu u bekk ordna li jitkompla jistema' l-evidenza fil-każ ta' Jürgen Fenek Daphne Caruana Galizia, allura forsi ħajkollna xejn iktar fiex nedew fil-ġimgħat li ġejjin. L-lami għadhom l-10 ta' filgħodu diġà Malta għamet fuq tagħha.
And in fact, I think next Monday there will be the case restarting in terms of the compilation of evidence of Jürgen Fenek. Shout out to all those viewers who seem to be watching us for the first time today and realizing that this is a bilingual program, having a few issues about that, but I think it's fine. A quick update on the COVID situation besides the unfortunate death that Paula just mentioned. Yesterday, there were 4 new cases of COVID registered and 10 recoveries. And I think that's all we've got for you today. Just a reminder that the Lovin Malta Social Media Awards will go live today at 7 p.m. There was a bit of a glitch yesterday with the grand final video production that was ready. We'll wait to see who the winners are this evening. And yeah, let's get to the Browns tip of the day. So as you know, Lovin Daily is sponsored by Browns and You, and today's tip is all about how to help children cope with the changes resulting from COVID-19. Hopefully summer school begins soon, and they'll be a bit busier, but in the meantime, as much as possible, try to keep regular schedules and routines and maintain a sense of hope and positive thinking. So thank you, Browns and You, for that piece of advice. And with that, I think it comes to the end of our program, Paula. Hope you have a good weekend. Happy Friday. And have a day full of loving.
Ciao.